Recently, I came across a new model of plasma cutter made by LOTOS, so I decided to reach out to them to see if they'd be willing to send a unit out to me to try out and test. They were gracious enough to do so, so I just got this thing out of the box, got it set up on Workbench, decided to get a couple test cuts on it real quick before I film this video. I think this unit's going to be awesome because it's a great introductory plasma cutter for someone that's kind of a DIY or weekend warrior like myself, where you maybe be just making a few dozen cuts a year, or you've got a project from time to time, you just want to have a unit in the garage or shop ready to go. Now this is a newer model that LOTOS has come out with. It's the LTP5800D. And what's unique about this unit versus some of the other units I've come across is the fact that this has the non-touch pilot arc built into it, meaning that you don't have to actually touch the tip of your nozzle on your plasma cutter to the surface to be able to get it to actually arc and make your cut. This has actually got the ability where it can cut through just about any metal up to 3/4 of an inch thick, even if it's on a painted surface like this 1/4 inch plate that I've got here like so, which is really nice because I don't have to prep the metal down to bare metal to be able to make a cut on a unit like this. Now I did mention this was able to do a 3/4 inch cut. That's a severance cut. It is able to make a clean cut on up to 5/8 inch thick metal, which I thought was really nice as well. Now, this unit's got a really attractive price point, which is also something that drew me to this unit at the same time. But I thought I'd go ahead and take a second to go through a few of the features on this thing, and I want to make a couple test cuts for you as well. And that way, if you're a first timer, or if you're just someone that doesn't have a lot of experience with a unit like this, you can kind of make an informed decision as to whether this unit might be right for you or not. Now keep in mind, I'm not an expert either, so I'm just going to kind of run you through the features on this thing as to what it's got available, and I just basically want to show you how this unit operates. So let's go ahead and get it turned on. Now on the back side of this unit here, you've got a power button, you've got your air inlet for your air compressor, as well as your power cord that's going to plug into the wall. Now something else to note as well before I turn this thing on is you're going to want to make sure you've got a NEMA 6-50 outlet in your garage wired up ready to go, or have some kind of adapter cord ready at the same time. Now you can run this on a 110 volt circuit as well. The only difference that's going to make in this unit will actually register what voltage you've got run to it, but you're not going to be able to cut as thick of metal with the 110 circuit. So if you've got a 220 available, that's going to be the best route for this thing. Also keep in mind when you set up your air compressor, you're going to want to make sure that you're capable of running 75 PSI at a 4 SCFM rating at the same time. So check the numbers and specs on your air compressor and make sure you're going to have everything ready to go when you get this unit in the shop. Now let's go ahead and turn this thing on. You're going to hear the fan kick on, as well as your screen on the front here is going to illuminate, and you'll be able to see all the different things that are on this screen. So on the front of your panel is where all your connections for your ground and your torch are going to be, as well as your air regulator. And then you got all the controls and buttons here for your LCD screen to be able to change your functions. Really simple to do. You can have this thing set up in under 10 minutes simply by just making these 3 connections here for your torch, and then your ground clamp here hooks in and just twist locks. The ground clamp is a 6-foot cable, and your torch has a 13-foot lead. Now going through your controls here, pretty simple. On the right hand side here is where you're going to adjust your amperage based on the thickness of metal you're going to cut. And then you've got a button here which will basically show your airflow and all that, so you can do your quick air test on this. Going to the left, you've got where you see 2T and 4T. Now what's neat about that is if you put it in 2T, when you've got your torch here, you can actually hit your torch. The minute you let go of your trigger, the torch is going to shut itself off when you got this thing against the metal. Now if you wanted this to be continuous and you didn't have to hold the trigger if you're going to make a longer cut, you can actually put this in 4T, and now when I put this down on the metal and I push the trigger once, I'll have to hit the trigger a second time to get that thing to shut off, or take the tip off the metal and it'll shut off that way as well. The other feature you got here is where it says PA and PT. That's going to be your pilot arc and your post flow. The PA is going to be the pierce time that you want to set when you actually initially pierce the metal. If you hit that button, you'll see the green arrow there, and then you can use this knob here to adjust from 6 seconds up to 15 seconds based on what you want. And that's just something I found I have to play with because I don't have a lot of experience with the exact settings on that. And then you've got your PT here, and the PT is going to be when you heard me pull that trigger on the nozzle a second ago. When I hit the trigger on this thing, you hear the air still running through the end of the tip, and that's basically just cooling the tip off to prevent any further damage. You get that tip back cool again after you've used it. That's your post flow. So with that being said, that's really about all there is to it. As I mentioned, you can cut it to 3/4 inch metal with this thing. It's going to be a kind of a rougher cut. But if you're looking for a clean cut, this thing is rated up to 58 amps. You're able to get a clean cut on a 5/8 inch thick piece of metal. But something else I thought was really handy too is on the top of this unit here, you'll see a sticker, and that's going to have all the basic recommended settings that you're going to want to set this thing at based on the gauge or thickness metal that you're trying to cut. Especially if you're someone new and you don't have all those numbers memorized in your head, that's going to be a really nice cheat sheet for you to go through and be able to see. But something else I thought was really nice as well is they do include a little baggie here of extra consumables. Something I've learned over the years is when you're new to something like this, you're probably going to damage a few of the tips on these things until you kind of get an idea of what you're doing, or they're just going to wear out a little faster until you get the hang of it. So having a few extras on hand ready to go in the event that that happens is always a plus. Now that being said, let's go ahead and get this unit on some metal, and we'll see if we can do a couple test cuts together real quick, and you guys can get a feel for how this unit operates. So as you see, I've got a piece of 1/4" steel that's painted on the bench here, clamped down, ready to go. And as I mentioned with this pilot arc, it's actually pretty neat because I can cut right through this painted surface without having to clean this down to bare metal and still be able to achieve the torch, being able to get a cut. So let's go and get this thing knocked out real quick. And you'll see here, I'm gonna start this tip here at a 45-degree angle, and then I'm gonna bring it up straight. And that's just to help get the first initial cut started here. And then as you go through the metal, the standoff here will just glide across the metal here. And if I do everything correctly, I should be able to get it in one pass. Worst case scenario, you just go back and hit it again and get a second pass out of it. And as you see, it took me a couple tries there. And that's just a matter of me getting my settings dialed in and where I get a decent cut out of it. And you can see here, I've got a little bit of slag on the bottom as well. Now keep in mind, you can run this unit at full max out and be able to blow through the metal, no problem at all, but you're gonna greatly increase the amount of slag that you're gonna get in the bottom of the piece, meaning you're gonna have to do a little bit more cleanup in the end. If it's a piece you're gonna be turning around and putting a weld to when you're done. So let's go ahead and move on a little bit thicker piece of metal now. Now this is just a piece of scrap metal I had laying out in the back behind the shop that I wanted to see if I could just go ahead and maybe cut a notch in this corner. This is a piece of 3/8 steel here. Obviously it's pretty rusty, so let's see if we can get through this thing in at least 1 or 2 passes. Go ahead and adjust my settings real fast. And just like that, after a couple passes, I'll be able to take the corner off that piece of metal there. As I mentioned, I still got to dial in my settings to kind of get a little bit more familiar with this unit, but that's just something that comes with practice. So let's go get this video finished out now. We'll give you some final thoughts. So hopefully that little bit of information, that little demo was enough to help you guys make a decision as to whether this unit might be right for you guys or not. I think it's going to be a great little unit for me to have in the shop, even though I don't use it that often, but when the need arises, I'll be able to pull this thing out pretty easily and be able to make a cut with little to no effort at all. Not to mention, having that pilot arc feature built into this unit is going to be a great addition, and it's going to save me quite a bit of time having to prep or grind down metal to bare metal before I use it. So if you've been looking for something for your shop, or if you're just a small business and you're looking for something to keep on hand, give this unit by Lotus a chance and see what you think about it. I think at the price it comes in at, you really can't go wrong. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.